Okay, guys, so in this training, in the 100 ways to get a killer mindset, I'm going to be talking to you today about meditation. And, I want to share with you a few different things around meditation, but also my journey into meditation and also deepening that, because I think that, especially if you're just new to it or you've not started it yet, maybe you've got some negative associations to the word meditation, or maybe you've tried it a couple of times and you just don't jive with it and you're not getting kind of where you need to be with it. I, like many things in my life, I got into meditation through pain. So I first started to get into self-development and personal growth and, reading, and listening to audiobooks and starting to get into that. And then I can't remember specifically where it was, but I got introduced, I think it was to an app. And so I gave it a go. And honestly, the first time I did it, it was kind of awkward and I had always thoughts running through my head. It was only when I ended up going to India with Tony Robbins and doing, within his platinum program, where I kind of started to do a deeper dive into meditation. The first thing I want to talk about when it comes to this practice is that in life, what I've learned is that there's so much distraction, there's so much noise, and we're speeding up all the time. And sometimes we just need to slow down. And by slowing things down, we can start to become more aware. And so for me, meditation, and if you've been doing it for a while, then you'll know this, it really helps just to ground you and to center you and to be able to see things from a different perspective. Maybe, you found yourself in an argument, or you've gone through some kind of dispute, or you've just had a really stressful day. Well, whatever part of the day that you're in, whether it's the morning, mid-afternoon, or evening, just taking some time to be quiet, okay, and just sit in silence can be extremely powerful, not just on a personal development level, but also on a business level too. I recently wrote an article for Influensive entitled "How to Meditate Your Way to Millions," and the reason why I wrote this post was that I attribute a lot of my business success to my meditation practice. And I have this thing called spiritual hustle, which is about kind of being spiritual, but also being, okay with growing a business at the same time. And I can safely say that, that my routine now with meditation, which is daily, which is non-negotiable. And do I miss some days here and there? Yeah, absolutely. But it's definitely part of my routine. It's really changed my life a lot. And when I say change my life, I don't mean that just in a flippant way. I really mean that it's had a profound impact. It's helped me to make faster decisions. It's helped me to become more grounded. It's in difficult situations where I've gone to, say, maybe drinking or drugs. I've taken that route, which has slowed me down and allowed me to capture those moments where I can make a better decision for my life, for my business, or for the people around me. And so I truly firmly believe that when you have this especially as a morning routine, where you're actually setting yourself up for a really powerful day, you can start to see a lot of things change in your business. You can have a more connected conversation. You can, if you're doing group coaching, for example, and you're working with people, you're going to come from that place from a much different place. If you're, if you are in a position where you are in kind of a really deep point in your life where you need a resource and a tool to be able to go to, then meditation can be a really good way of doing it. So, how do you get started with it? First of all, you might want to download an app like calm.com or Headspace, and they have guided meditations. But here's the great thing. As you develop this practice and as you start to do more of it, you can really start to really rewire yourself. And that's one of the things that I learned in India, which was when you're in state, i.e. when you start to meditate and you slow things down and you're on that different frequency of level where things start to shift. And for me personally, it's like a drop where I start to become more relaxed and I go into a heightened state. You can start to ask some really powerful questions and start to really become aware of things that are lodged in your subconscious. So oftentimes we're thinking about things of, can I remember that? When did this happen? And so I've used meditation as a way for me to access a lot of information and do a lot of reprogramming. There's been times when I've done meditation and there's been tears. Last night I did an hour and 15 minute long meditation where, my whole body was reacting, and it was, my whole physiology was changing because I was really asking some questions and starting to do some clearing. So depending on where your journey is with meditation, whether you're, just new or you're just kind of going down that journey a bit deeper, it can really, you can really start to get some really life-changing results from it, where it becomes, instead of something just, for 5 or 10 minutes, you can actually do a lot of really cool reprogramming. One of the big questions I get asked a lot is, I find that when I meditate, I get all of these crazy thoughts. And I just can't seem to sit there and be still. And just recognize that, just like lifting weights, meditation is a practice on this. Okay. So you need to stick with it. Okay. And when you do stick with it, and when you do make it a habit, which is really key, making meditation a habit, it can really, you can really start to compound that over time. And I notice, and here's the thing, I now notice a massive difference in myself when I don't. And I think that's the thing about when you're not meditating, that you get so caught up and you're so used to feeling a certain way. And then when you start to meditate and you start to feel differently, then you get that comparison of, wow, like now I feel completely differently. And I notice the days when I don't. You notice when you're more stressed, if you're just stressed all the time and you don't have that comparison, then, you may not notice those differences. So I generated, because there wasn't anything, and I did see so many benefits, I actually built in specific meditations for personal trainers into the All Fired Up program, which you can get to via www.fitpreneurs.com/allfiredup. And that has really helped a lot of my clients with, for example, quote unquote consultations, or I call them transformation sessions, with enrolling clients, with using it as a morning routine, with helping access and do a lot of clearing, and also creating a vision of where you want to be. Okay, and so first of all, we have to remove, to get the benefit, we have to remove that skepticism if we have it, and give it a go. That's the first thing I would say. I would say for most people who try it, they want to stick with it, even though sometimes it can be a little bit challenging to do that. So, that's really important. And the great thing about the practice is that once you start to get into it, you can then go and deepen that in different areas of the world. For example, I did it in India, or I, went to, for example, to Peru to do ayahuasca. So the route through to meditation kind of starts a lot of people's spiritual journey. And it definitely has for me in opening a lot of different avenues, because honestly, you start to realize and you start to become more and more aware as you do more meditation. There's a great teacher called Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's written a book called Break the Habit of Being Yourself. And a lot of his work comes from the meditation work and guiding you through some of those things. So whoever the teacher is, it doesn't matter. I would just say, if you're watching this and you haven't given it a go, don't just link it to your personal life and feeling better, because we all want to feel better, but also link it to the growth in your business, because I can assure you that by building in a daily routine of meditation, you will see extraordinary results in your business. And if you're watching this, and I would love to get your feedback, post in the comments below, have you, just like me, noticed a difference in your business because of your meditation practice? Just get started with it. So just wanted to touch today on meditation as part of this 100-day series in, getting and mastering your mindset, because really it is, if you want to create big impact and you want to change the world and you want to and you want to influence more people, then we need to make sure that as leaders, and if you're watching this, most like you're a leader of people, then we need to take care of ourselves. And meditation is one way that you can really take care of yourself, multiple times a day, even if you've just got 5 minutes. Now, meditation doesn't need to be from just sitting there and being quiet and being guided via a YouTube video. That could be, meditation just sat down by the beach, or just walking, meditations. So I would definitely also just encourage trying to keep the consistency. So especially when you get started, you may come across some little challenges, or, okay, my body's starting to ache and my back needs to sit up a bit straighter, but stick with it, because the benefits are profound. In fact, Tim Ferriss in Tool of Titans, his recent book, he was talking about how many of the hugely successful people that he interviewed, I've got Buddha hair all over me. My dog's even called Buddha. I've got covered in hair. He was saying how many of the uber wealthy entrepreneurs he's interviewed have that routine of meditation. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Check out the YouTube channel, which is specifically going to encompass all of these videos over the next 100 days or so to be able to help you move your business forward. This is Simon Lovell from Fitpreneurs. Take it easy. And also remember, check out, if you want to get guided meditations for your fitness business, and you really want to deepen and work on your mindset around your fears, around your limiting beliefs, and creating that compelling future, compelling vision of the future, so that you get all fired up, head to fitpreneurs.com/allfiredup. And I will see you in another video. Take it easy.